Chat. This is David. So this one's a little more hard. This is the sixth installment of my 30 basic human rights. And yes, I get it. It's a UN thing, but it's a very important piece of legislation. It really is. It's a very important piece of history to top it all off. I know people don't agree with it sometimes. My dad was bringing up why he did. But I feel this out of everything that's came from the UN, this is probably the most important thing that's came out of it. So the next one is the right to use before the law. It's really weird. You have the right to the right of recognition before the law. You have the right of recognition before the law. It's very complicated the way it's phrased, and I've been really trying to figure out how to really do this one. The closest way I can really think of it, because number 7 and number 8 ties directly into the stuff I was going to go to, but this one's a little more complicated, because what I think it's referring to is citizen policing. What I think it's referring to is just like being able to actually pull citizens arrest. I think. I'm not 100% certain on this one. This one was a very tricky one because of the way it's phrased up. So, the right of recognition before the law and use of the law and stuff, I think it's what it's saying is, even though you're God, because see, I'm trying not to mix it in with the next one, because the next one actually is along the lines of the stuff that I'm used to talking about. I want to say that this one has to do with, citizens arrest and things of that nature, where it's not the law necessarily doing it. It's not the law necessarily doing it. I think that's the case. I think it's because you don't have the law representation is what it's referring to, that you are still considered equal in the eyes of the law. When you're representing yourself or representing the defense against someone, I think everything's represented as being, how to put it, fair to everybody. And I believe that's just what it's referring to. Don't quote me on this. I don't know for 100% fact. Like I said, this one's a very tricky one because of the way it's phrased. And you could almost tie the next one and the one after directly to this one. So, that's best I can give you as far as I can tell for part 6. I mean, if I'm wrong, please do correct me, because I am not 100% certain with the phrasing. It's a bit tricky. So, but I will be doing my outlooks and stuff on the Constitution, on the Declaration of Independence, and I'll be doing these after I complete the 30 basic human rights. Because I want everyone to know, when I enter the political arena, I want everyone to know where I stand. Where I stand. I'm making my groundwork, and I am setting it in stone, saying, this is where I stand. And I'm not budging. I'm not budging. You want to talk about qualified immunity? Good luck. I ain't budging. Qualified immunity and pensions, those stay. Police being able to buy military surplus, those stay. You want to talk about anything else? Let's talk. But those 3 items are 100%. I will defend those at all costs. All costs. There is no negotiating that. So there's certain things where I stand my ground. When we're talking about Jenner, you'll never hear me call Bruce Jenner Caitlyn Jenner. I don't acknowledge that. I don't. If I just met you and I didn't know you were trans, and you told me your name, I'll probably stick with that name because that's just what I knew you as when I first met you. But because I actually knew him as Bruce Jenner, that's what he is. He's Bruce Jenner. I don't care if he wants to change. That's his choice, his prerogative, and that's fine. And if other people want to be okay with it, hey, more power to you. But you'll never see me change my stance. I'm very firm on what I stand on and the stuff I'm very, very happy about and very, very strong and solid about. I don't budge. That's just who I am. So that's why I'm putting these videos out, because I'm trying to establish my stances and presences and stuff like that, so everybody knows, and they can all go. You can go back, you can watch everything, you can do all that stuff, because you'll know. Well, thank you and have a good day.